Alrighty, so I'm going to show how to make the spar holders for the kindergarten and first grade kites, which are basically the same design. The difference is that our first grade kites are made of plastic, whereas the kindergarten ones are made out of paper. So this is kind of like the kite template right here. This would be the back side. And what we're making are spar holders that are going to go on these corners here. So we're going to be using plastic straws, and it's a pretty simple process, but it's going to be pretty laborious and time consuming. We just take a regular straw, and I've cut these down to 2 inches long. They're going to fit these bamboo poles really well, except we need something to stop the bamboo from going through. The idea is that once we've developed and created these, we can have the kids tape those down on the edges and wrap to the other side, which I'll be demonstrating later. So really the idea and the concept is that we will bend the crossbar after we get them wet, slide into one side and carefully move it over to the other side, right? Of course, we will actually have our center spar completed before that step. And again, I'll be demonstrating the whole thing as it goes together here. So the way I'm doing this is I'm using this strapping tape. The reason I like the strapping tape that I have here is it's a pretty manageable size for this size of straw. You could use duct tape, you could use packing tape. Just you would not want to use anything like masking tape. It needs to be waterproof. So I get a long piece like this, and then what I'm going to do is kind of place that roughly in the middle like so, right? And then I'm going to secure that tape up the sides of the straw. And then I'm just going to kind of squeeze it together here. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to like flatten this. So it needs to still be round shaped. It needs to be something that we can still slide, the bamboo into. So don't squeeze it necessarily. What I've been doing is I've been going 2 different directions on this just to add strength, because I don't want these plastic straws to be really weak when the kids are flying them. So I put one going this way. I'm going to put another one going the opposite direction, right? And so I'm just going to go ahead and once again fold that in. And I probably end up with some extra at the bottom just because my tape's a little big, but I should be able to wrap that pretty securely. So what I'm doing after this is I'm taking longer pieces of the strapping tape, and I'm just carefully rolling that around, like 2 or 3 good layers there, just to make it a lot stronger. And if the kids don't like the way that looks, I mean, they can always add decorative duct tape to that, because that's what we're going to be using to apply most of everything to the kite itself. We will be using a little bit of glue too. So I'm just going to do 2 of them. I find that wrapping in 2 sections makes it a lot sturdier. And we're going to go ahead and leave this open for now. We may cut it off later, just kind of depends on how we go with that, right? So that makes it to where we can slide the bamboo in, and we can hopefully bring it all the way over, right? So we need 2 of these for each kite. Right now, I've got quite a few in here, but I'm going to keep going until I have enough for everybody. I just don't feel like kindergartners and first graders are going to be able to have the dexterity necessary for that. So this is a prepping step.